Today's episode is about the 3 pillars, what I call the recruitment sweet spot. Okay, and this podcast, as you know, is all about increasing your performance. Okay, we want to get you from here, and we want to get you to there. And I think a lot of people are listening to this podcast and tuning into our episodes and consuming our content because that's what they're here to do. And there's nothing wrong with that. In fact, that makes me really excited. This episode really, however, is to highlight that there are other elements, other pillars that need to be there in order for you to truly have success at your desk and in your life, okay? Because too often, high performance, if we just chase high performance, it leads to burnout. And it leads to depression because enough is never enough, okay? And if you're looking at performance purely in distilling it down to a number, like, I'm chasing $1 million, I hit $1 million, I'm telling you now, yes, there's some money and there's some jet skis and there's some fun, but $1 million, it might be the pot of gold at the end of a rainbow, but it ain't all it kicks up to be. You'll get there and you'll realize, everything else in my life is exactly the same. Hence why we need to look at your success holistically, which is why really performance does hinge on other elements in your life, okay? And so that's what today's episode is about. It's not going to take too long. So the first thing is, right, and where this spawned from was a lot of people I speak with, they think performance is their problem. But the reality is it's either mindset and motivation or it's lifestyle. And I'm going to go into these things, okay? So there's 3 pillars, and people don't quite know where they can have the most gains for their situation, right? And again, people go, I think the most gains I can make is to increase my performance. That'll make me happier. But sometimes that's actually not the problem. So that's why I want to do a little exercise with you today. Grab a piece of paper and pen. And I want you to just write down, there's going to be 3 pillars. So just write these 3 words down. You've got performance. We've talked about that. So the first pillar for the recruitment sweet spot involves performance. The second pillar is mindset. And the third pillar is lifestyle. Let me explain. You could be the biggest biller in your business. You could be exactly where you want to be in terms of your billings. You're making $1 million. That's what you're here to do. That's your job. It pays you for your house. You've got a beautiful life. Blah, blah, blah. But let's just say all of a sudden, like, we look at that in isolation. We go, well, he must be happy. He's achieving $1 million. Like, what's he got to complain about? But if he is burning, or she is burning the candle at both ends, working 7 days a week because, Saturdays they're doing in-mails and whatever. Sunday they're doing their emails and they're doing advertising, whatever. And then come Monday they're hitting the phones, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and they're just working 7 days a week. They've actually got fuck all lifestyle. That part of their life is completely out of balance. High performance, low lifestyle, okay? And at some point, that high performance will not be enough to make up for the lack of lifestyle, particularly when you start having kids and families. They start saying things in the background like, we never see you, you work too hard, da-da-da-da. There'll be people listening to this going, shit, that's me. You need to listen to them because you're on a path to burnout, okay? And so the other thing is the opposite to that is, well, your lifestyle is great. You work 2 days a week. You work 2 days a week, 5 days you're off with your mates, and you're partying and whatever. But if that is at the detriment of your performance, okay, that's not sustainable either because you're never going to be able to do the things you want to do. You're going to run out of money. Your performance is going to be low. Your motivation gets low. Your self-esteem goes down, but your lifestyle's up. So you can see why if that's out of balance, it ain't going to work for you, okay? You get my drift. Any one of these things is up and any of them are down, you need to find that balance because they will start to affect and bleed into other parts of it. So a couple of checklist items you can go through to work out where it is. Because a lot of people go, I'm kind of good across all of them. I maybe just want all of them to dial up a little bit. Fine. That might be where you're at, but I doubt it. I actually doubt it. I think you can what you want to do is pull one of those pillars out and focus on that for the moment. So let's just say you're that sort of person who goes, I'm kind of average with my billings. My mindset's pretty good. Like, I'm not depressed. I'm not happy. I'm just kind of neutral. And yeah, my lifestyle's good. I work 4 or 5 days a week, like whatever. If you're that person, that real middle of the road person, I want you to pick one pillar to work on this month. And let's just say it's performance. I want you to work on performance, okay? But here's the trick. We're going to try and increase your performance, and but at the same time, we have to maintain those other two pillars. And this is it. Sometimes people will focus on getting that performance up, and they get it, but when they actually look back, they go, well, I started working more too, so my lifestyle went down. And we want to be really conscious of this, okay? Big push in our office at the moment of getting performance up to a certain level, maintaining the lifestyle that we have, maintaining the mindset that we have, which is very strong. And then once we get that performance to where we're happy and consistent, we're going to start tinkering with the lifestyle part. And we're going to be saying, how do we do this within X amount of time? How do we get it from 5 to 4 days? How do we get it from 4 to 3 days? We're using AI and automation to do that. So it's great to kind of have these pillars, an awareness of these pillars, have an awareness of where you sit on those pillars. So is your performance where it wants to be? Yes or no? Is your mindset and motivation where it wants to be? Yes or no? Like, for example, are you stressed? Are you happy? Do you have joy? Do you have depression? Are you positive? Are you negative? Are you energized? Are you deflated? What is your mindset? What is your motivation at right now? Is it good? Is it bad? Okay. And then same with lifestyle. Do you want to be working 3 days a week as opposed to 5? Do you want to be working 5 days as opposed to 7? Where do you sit on a lifestyle thing? Do you have reduced hours? Are you really happy that, like, I'm working in the middle of the day, I've got time for the kids either side of that, now do a bit of work on it? Are you actually happy with your balance at home? Your work and your family and your home and your personal and your friendship life? Is it all in balance? And just when you can look at those 3 pillars and work out where you're strong and where you're not, the where you're not is your quickest gain. And what you want to do is when you focus on that pillar, and we're going to try and improve that pillar, you can do it quite quickly when you're aware of it. The key is to not let the other 2 pillars suffer. They need to remain the same, okay? So that's a simple lens for anyone at home following along to work out where do you want to focus your improvement on. Think of the 3 pillars for the recruitment sweet spot. We're going to be launching some stuff on our website about that as well to help you through that. But just work it out. Performance, mindset, lifestyle. Where are you on those spectrums? Work out which one's at the biggest deficit and work on bringing that up whilst maintaining the same levels for the other ones. And then work on the next one and then work on the next one. That's it. That's it. So I've been harping on about it. Our 200th episode is coming up. The three pillars for recruitment sweet spot is what we are going to work on in a one-on-one session with you direct. We are giving a session for that away for free. And how you can enter that is by simply joining the mailing list. We will pull your name out of a hat on the 200th episode, and the lucky winner will get to go through that with me one-on-one. Wow, I'm excited for him because I really, really want to help people. This framework is amazing. It's so simple, and there's so much depth within it, but it's a great starting point to work out where your quickest gains can be made. So that's all I have time for you today. Like, share, subscribe. It really helps us grow. But again, the subscribing will help you grow because you go in the draw for that one-on-one mentor coaching training. So that's all I have time for you today. As always, have an amazing day. May all your deals come true.